33,000 emails were deleted after receiving a congressional subpoena. That alone is big problems, for which she got away with murder. Honestly, she has no right to be running. You know that.
That's what Donald Trump really feels. He's been responding to the news at the top of every speech, sounding off on Hillary Clinton's emails, which is an evolving story.
But what would happen if she wins the White House while still under investigation? Joining us now to answer that is former FBI Assistant Director James Kallstrom. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. My pleasure.
What will happen if she wins and then she's still under investigation?
Well, I think it'll continue the investigation. I mean, Jim Comey, if he's still the director, I would hope would stand up and say, look, we have legitimate reasons to investigate this thing. Please impanel a grand jury. I don't think the Justice Department will. It won't happen under this administration. I don't think it would happen under her administration either. Then it's going to be left in the hands of the Congress. But, you know, I would hope the FBI would still continue investigating, because the FBI is about investigating laws of the United States for the people of the United States. This isn't politics. They don't take sides in politics. You know, this is legitimate investigation that's being stymied by the Justice Department, who will not approve of a grand jury.
So 40 minutes ago, we were talking to Geraldo, and says it's so wrong for James Comey to come out with this right before the election. However, this is an evolving process. The NYPD had it. They're investigating Weiner. They handed over the FBI field agents. The FBI field agents say, I got something here for your investigation, James Comey, and on October 3rd, and 2 weeks later, he tells us. What's wrong with that process?
There's nothing wrong with that process. I mean, I've said on TV for the last week, I don't know what's on that computer. I hear all the, you know, the gargle about what's on there. I think it's pretty substantial. Oh, just that there's classified information. There's some salacious information coming that's supposed to be blockbuster. I don't really know what it is. The NYPD had the computer. I mean, that's public. That's in the public domain. The chief over there has talked about this. And he's also said, you know, if this doesn't come out, he said it's so horrendous, if this information doesn't come out, he's going to release it. So I don't really know what that's kind of moving on the news right now.
There's some people listening going, well, there's just people at the FBI who want Trump to win, and that's what they're doing. They're playing politics.
The FBI isn't about that. It's not about Trump winning or Hillary Clinton winning. It's about the due process of the United States, you know, and the rule of law for the United States, which has been held back for almost a year, more than a year now, by the Justice Department by not approving a grand jury. So you cannot have a major criminal investigation. It never happens in the FBI. Never happened in my 28 years, where you can't serve subpoenas, can't serve search warrants. They have all the probable cause in the world. But as you saw in the first time around with Jim Comey, they were begging for stuff. Could I have your computer? You know, I'll give you immunity. I mean, that's not how we work. That's not how this happens.
You wouldn't treat us like that.
I mean, you wouldn't treat anybody. You know, we've got this young Navy guy, you know, that was in a submarine that took a few pictures.
Right.
And didn't disclose them to anybody. I mean, he's in federal prison.
Never asked him about it.
You know, and his little wife, or young wife, and little baby are there, and his mother is making the rounds, and she's an emotional wreck. It's just unbelievable.
James, you've got much more to talk about. Would you be able to stay around for the after the show?
I could stay for a while, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.